In this video, I'll demonstrate how to use the VLookup function in Excel. There are many use cases for this. For instance, you might want to include the disability condition in a file that only contains FS information, or maybe you want to add names or local student IDs to a file that is missing that information. For my example, I have an FTE detail report that contains missing or incorrect building IRNs. I want to add correct IRNs so that I can analyze the data by building. As it currently stands, at the time of this video, there's a bug with the report related to the building IRN. It's missing values for some students and contains old values for students who have changed buildings over the summer. To begin, you'll want to go out to the data collector and navigate to your Level 2 FTE detail report. This will be the report named FTED-001 FTE detail. Once you have that open in Excel, navigate back to your latest Period S review file. This is also in the data collector. Once both sheets are open, we're going to copy and paste the FS data to a second worksheet or tab on the FTE detail report. Now let's move back to the FTE detail report and add a new sheet to this report. Once you open the new sheet by clicking the plus option at the bottom of the page, right-click on cell A1 and paste the data from your FS file into this sheet. In order to hide identifying information, I've already completed this step and redacted the names. You should now have a worksheet with two tabs of data. I renamed my second tab from Sheet 1 to be named FS Standing. We want to start with the FTE detail sheet. From here, highlight column A. Right-click and select the Insert option to insert a blank column. Once you have a blank column, go out and find your column that contains SSIDs. In my example, this is column D. Highlight column D and then right-click to copy the information from column D, and then we're going to go back to column A, right-click in A1, and paste the values there. I'm then going to set my filters, and we're going to sort this sheet A to Z by SSID. Next, let's navigate to your FS Standing sheet and do the same thing. Insert a blank column to the left of column A. Then copy and paste your SSID column into that blank column. Once pasted, add your filters and sort the sheet by SSID, smallest to largest. Once you've done that, we're now ready to flip back to our FTE detail report and insert a blank column where we want the real building IRN to go. In my example, I'm going to put it in between columns C and D. Once inserted, select cell D2 and click on the FX or function prompt. This will allow you to insert an Excel function. If VLookup is not listed as one of your available options, then type it into the search box and select Go. Highlight VLookup and choose OK. You should now have a pop-up where you'll need to fill out the details of our function arguments. In the lookup value, type A2. Because we want to find the values in column A and match them to the values in column A from our other sheet. Now move your cursor to the table array field. Then navigate back to your sheet that contains the FS data. Starting with column A, select all columns through the building IRN column. It's column E in my example. The column index number needs to be reflective of the value we want to populate in our sheet. If I look back to my FS sheet, I'll see that column E is the building IRN. And if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's my fifth column. So in the column index number, I need to insert the number 5. In the range lookup field, type false. This will ensure that our function returns only exact matches. You can either hit enter or select OK. Before proceeding, let's make sure we grab the absolute values. We need to do this because the rows on these two spreadsheets contain different data and will not match up exactly. To do this, highlight A and E within our formula. You also want to make sure that the colon is highlighted. Once highlighted, hit the F4 key. You'll notice that inserts $signs to the left of the A and to the left of the E, meaning it's going to grab the absolute values from those rows and columns. Once that's in there, hit enter. To fill the formula down throughout the column, highlight cell D2 in this example, and then hover to where you're at the bottom right corner of that cell and then double click. That'll fill that formula all the way down. I don't notice any differences between columns C and D just by eyeballing it. But if I locate a student who's changed buildings over the summer, I should see the difference. To highlight this, I'll filter my sheet so that I just see my 9th graders. Once I do this, I do see that columns C and D are different. Hopefully this video was helpful in demonstrating how the VLookup function can be useful and save you time as you work with your EMIS data. If you have questions or would like additional assistance, please feel free to reach out to HCC. We're happy to help.